Space. The final frontier. These are the ramblings of the Effing It Up duo, boldly going where no creators have gone before. This week, we are talking Star Trek. We will be comparing Star Trek II: The Wrath of Kahn from 1982 and Star Trek Into Darkness from 2013. Filmed 31 years apart, how do these two giants tackling the same source material stack up? Beam us up, Scotty. Welcome back to Effing It Up. Welcome back, feral listeners. Sorry, we're a week late on this, but again, Laurel and I have lives and full-time jobs, and we're just doing our best over here.
You better thank us for showing up at all.
Okay, well, maybe I wasn't going to go that harsh. I was just going to say, I was just going to say extend grace, but Laurel said you better let us off easy.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't looked. Sometimes I look into the camera lens and I go, I haven't looked into that for a while. Why is it staring at me?
I know, right? Wait, how do we do this again?
I know.
Good grief, woman.
It's fine.
Good, bro.
It's allergies.
Yeah, it is allergy season.
Okay. Would you like me to do a little summary?
Yeah.
Real fast?
Yeah.
All right. This is a problem. Laurel and I told each other like bummer information before we started the podcast instead of like happy things.
Yeah.
So now we're like, oh.
I learned from this. Next time we'll both just lie.
We'll just lie. We'll just be like, we're doing fantastic.
I'm super. How are you?
Super duper, Mr. Cooper.
Super.
Anyway, so here's a little quick summary of Star Trek New and Old. Star Trek Wrath of Kahn is a sequel to the first movie following the success of the television show. It follows the effervescent Captain Kirk, Admiral now, as he attempts to move on from his days of captaining against the advice of his friends. All of this changes when his friends of old are threatened by an ancient and dangerous enemy. What won't Kirk and the crew of the Enterprise do for their found family? Star Trek Into Darkness follows the youthful, effervescent Captain Kirk as he seeks revenge against a new and dangerous enemy. What won't Kirk and the crew of the Enterprise do for their found family? Thank you. Thank you. A work of art. I wrote those myself, and it's obvious. Tell me about your Star Trek background.
I'm so happy you asked.
Oh, I'm scared.
No, I tried a couple times to get into Star Trek because it seems like the kind of show I would like, and it never really clicked for me. So I haven't watched much of any of the original shows.
Mm-hmm.
I did, however, I'm drawing a blank, J.J. Abrams. Yes, J.J. Abrams. I went through a J.J. Abrams phase where I watched everything that he touched pretty much, and
Understandable.
Yeah.
We've been there. We've all
love
been there.
all his stuff. People say he's not a deep writer. I say, who cares? I like what he brings to the table, okay?
Laurel loves his smooth brain.
I like the smooth brain. And they made fun of the lens flares. I said, hey, it's a look.
It's a Luke.
It's a look. I loved the Star Trek movies so much. I'm pretty sure I pirated the first two and then maybe went to go see the third one in theaters when it came out. I don't remember. No?
There's a third one?
Yeah. I think so. Can me doubt myself. Yeah, there's a third one. There's definitely a third one.
Okay. I can move on now. I just needed to see an image from it to prove to myself that it existed. Because I was like kind of thinking there was one, but
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, there's three.
All right, there's three.
And I love J.J. Abrams. I won't apologize for loving everything he's ever done. Everything his bad robot production company has ever done.
I don't like J.J. Abrams.
Hooray!
I don't like the Star Wars sequels, but
Okay, in his defense, if what's his face?
Ryan Johnson.
And I like Ryan Johnson as a director too, but
Yeah,
not
I just
for
think they should have had the
Wars.
same director the whole way through.
Yeah,
Like, I think that ruined
If
it.
you go back and watch the first one of the new Star Wars movies, it's actually really good.
Yeah.
And then the second one came in and over everything.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the second one is where it goes wrong.
I think if
Ryan Johnson, you're on my blacklist just for that.
see, I can't be mad at Ryan Johnson because he did Knives Out.
I do love Knives Out, especially the second one.
Especially the second one. It's so good.
But he's still on my blacklist.
That's fine. You can think that. I think that
JJ, did he direct the third one then?
yeah.
So JJ is also on my blacklist for making them kiss. But other than that, everything JJ's ever done.
See, I don't mind that. I just wish it was a better kiss.
Why? He killed her father figure.
Killed his own father, Laurel.
He killed his own father.
Listen,
Patricide.
this is why I like The Acolyte, and everybody else is gonna immediately stop listening because they hate The Acolyte. But guess what? That gave me the slow burn enemies to lovers arc that I wanted.
Enemies to lovers does not include homicidal maniacs. You kill your own father, you don't get to kiss the pretty girl.
I know, I fully agree with you.
Anyway.
I just enjoyed, it was like at that end part, it's like you finally got to see like Adam Driver do some like acting and some lightsaber stuff.
Freaking act without smooching the hero that
Yeah, but it
they
was like
even had like an almost sibling relationship prior to that.
I definitely did not, Laurel. I hate to break it to you. I listen.
Parallels.
Listen, I don't want to break this to you, but from the very first movie, I was like, oh, they're going with a romance arc.
What? How did you?
I just knew.
I'm stunned.
I shit you not. I was sitting in theaters, and literally the first interaction they had, I was like, oh, they're going with a romance arc.
When he was torturing her?
Yep.
Huh?
I don't know what to tell you. I just knew that's what was happening.
I hate that so much. But anyway.
You're also so red right now. I'm so sorry.
I'm so mad. I will never forgive them for that.
Oh, I was like, are you mad at me or are you mad at the movie?
I'm mad at the movie. Everything else J.J. Abrams has ever done, perfect, beautiful. I'll take 5 of them or whatever the meme is. The freaking Kylo Ren.
Raylo. I don't like it. I don't like it. I just wanted enemies to lovers, and I didn't really get that either, so that was disappointing.
But speaking of lovers, watching.
Like, how are you gonna segue this?
Segueing back to like my history with Star Trek, I never really watched the original shows, but I knew pretty much a lot of the lore surrounding them.
Yes, I think we had a similar. I'll just say it right now, so I don't have to repeat my story.
Yes.
My background is the same as Laurel's.
Sweet.
Keep talking.
Pirating.
Yeah.
Not watching the originals.
Yeah.
I thought so. Watching JJ's take on it was really fun to see what ways they inverted the popular tropes and like the established lore and the canon, I guess is the word. And if you watch the original movie, which it's been a long time since I did, but I think they established it's technically a parallel or an alternate timeline, right? Because Leonard Nimoy is still like Spock.
Exists, which was such a smart move,
Yeah,
honestly.
and it makes so much Star Trek sense.
It makes so much Star Trek sense, and it allowed them to make changes without disrespecting the original source material.
Yeah, right? It's so good. And it's just like, sci-fi. You know what I mean? Like, it's classic sci-fi hijinks. I love that. Love a low reality.
Do you want to talk characters a little bit?
Yeah, let's talk characters.
And then we'll talk kind of the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
Should we start with the old?
Yeah.
So, like, I've known about Shatner as Kirk. He's been a meme for a very long time. He's a very memeable character.
Yeah.
I kind of thought his performance was a lot more grounded than I
Yeah,
was expecting.
I was expecting him to ham it up.
Yeah, I was like he's got the roguish charm that kind of like they were like, this is Kirk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed him. I can't lie, I had trouble watching the original one with my attention span.
Okay, all right.
Again, not that it wasn't enjoyable or there was like a lot that I really liked about it. I just was like struggling with the pacing of it because I was like, I remember now, especially since I didn't grow up with it. It's completely new source material to me, and I'm just like, okay. feels like we've been standing here in this room
Oh my
for a
word.
long time.
Compared to the pacing of the new films,
Compared to
like,
the pacing of-
it's like polar opposites.
So I struggled with that a little bit,
Yeah.
but I did enjoy like all the characters. I thought they were very, I don't know, I thought they were all very subtle, and maybe it was the darker atmosphere of the movie too, but I was expecting a little more hamminess, and I did
Yeah.
not really get that with this.
Yeah, I honestly like you said, I was expecting him to ham it up or whatever, and then I thought it was all like very, I mean, appropriately hammy for a sci-fi.
Yes,
opera.
exactly. Like Star Wars. Like it
Yeah,
felt
yeah.
like
I had so much fun. I actually loved it a lot. And you talk about the attention span. I did put together a Lego set while I was watching, so that helped.
Okay.
That's my advice. Next time you wanna.
I was on the treadmill, and
Well, there you go.
there were a couple times I was like, they were talking, and I was like, skip.
If only I would run faster and get out of the scene quicker.
I was like, skip, skip.
You did not, did you?
I
actually?
skipped a couple places.
What?
I was like, okay.
Coming into it from not having seen really much original Star Trek before, I was surprised how much I loved it. I was vibing.
I was definitely vibing. I also like, but again, I just, if my attention span had been in a different place.
There was a standout character for me.
Hang on. Let me see if I can guess the
I
Ross
love it.
favorite
I
character.
guess it's my favorite character.
I feel like I can guess who it is in the new one pretty well. I have two guesses for the new one, but for the old one, was it Bones?
I do love Bones. It was Kahn.
That was my second guess.
He was so good.
He-
Every scene with him. Oh my gosh.
Well, do you
Never
want?
mind.
You want
We're
to?
not talking about it. Yeah.
We can. Do you want to hear my note? I just
Yes.
my note for Khan was just I said very weird, very mean shirtless man.
I loved him. Every single line just dripping with venom and like.
Oh no, he was
Sexiness.
magnificent. I just was like, I was like, I don't like you, and you concern me.
I loved him.
You
So good.
make me afraid.
He like starts quoting Moby Dick. Like
Yeah.
what?
I was like, this is.
What a drama queen.
It was like he is chomping on some scenery. I'm telling you what.
I was like, I see. Like I never saw the original Khan, whatever, but because it's called
Wrath of Kahn.
Wrath of Kahn, I assume it's like a revenge from a previous
Yes.
either episode or film, but I can see why they brought him back.
Yeah. What a.
I would bring him back.
He is a gem. Like
He's
my.
a gem.
What a performance.
What a performance. Oh,
I also
my
love.
gosh.
I love Spock.
Yeah, Spock's amazing.
I'm like Leonard Nimoy. I'm just like, wow, he's just so darn likable.
He is, right?
I think there was a point in my life where I would have found like him an annoying character, but he's like, I think he would be my comfort character, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you know, but some people say they have comfort characters where they're like, if they're having like a bad day, they just imagine like their favorite character tucking them into bed at night.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, you know what? I think Spock would be my comfort character.
Oh man, I love Spock. I just love that he's like, they portray him as being emotionless, but he's kind. You don't usually
Yes.
see that combination in
Yeah.
a character. Yeah.
It's
He just
Again,
does radiate
he's-
warm energy.
he's a safe person.
He's a safe person.
Oh, for my
He's a
note.
safe boy.
For notes, I said an angel. Never done a thing wrong in his life.
yeah. Because he does the logical thing. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
Yep.
Or the one.
Or the one. Anyway.
Oh man.
And then the rest of the crew is just like, they're just excellent.
They are excellent. I love Chekhov.
Love Chekhov. I'm looking at your notes, but you don't
I know,
have
I had
any-
to write them all
I'm
down
like, you
real
don't
quick.
have anything written.
I didn't. I didn't write down my notes because I was just vibing so much to the movie that I didn't make any notes while I
Yeah.
was watching either of them. I love both of them.
I feel like Ahura, even though she doesn't have like a huge role in Wrath of Kahn,
She barely had any role in
barely
Wrath of Kahn.
barely any role. I just
Yeah.
like, I feel like I can't talk about Ahura without talking about Nichelle Nichols. the original, or the actor who plays her.
Okay.
Because apparently she got a role on this show, and like the show took off, and she's like, "This is just a dumb show." She's like, it's driving me nuts.
No nonsense energy.
She's like, I don't want to be here. And also, I think they dealt with so much censorship because like they filmed this in like,
yeah, it's an old show.
They started filming it in like the 60s, I think.
Yeah, that sounds right.
If I'm guessing correctly.
Hair sounds right. Like
Sorry.
the Uhura I have in my mind, I'm like, it's that big hair.
The
60s,
beehive.
The little dress cut.
So fancy.
So fancy.
Such a cutie patootie.
Giving sci-fi air stewardess.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But also, she was ready to leave the show.
Dang.
She was planning on leaving the show, and then the Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. was like, girl, I want to like meet with you and like talk to you.
Oh my
and
gosh.
she was so like, she had lunch with Martin Luther King.
Dang.
Martin Luther King Jr. And she was like, well, I gotta tell, he's like, I just love your role on this show. Like, it's so important. Oh. And she said, well, I gotta tell you, I'm thinking about leaving. And he's like, oh, no, you can't do that.
Oh, well, Martin Luther King tells you.
And she was like,
don't have a choice.
She's like, what? and he's like, do you know how important it is for young black girls in America to see such a strong female character on television, see someone who looks like them? And she was like, I think she was like, damn it to hell, okay. So she kept doing the show.
It's that energy that she brings to the character, that like no nonsense.
Yeah.
You know, get it done.
That's my favorite Star Trek story that I know.
It's amazing.
My second favorite is there's an episode where Kirk and Uhura kiss in an episode. And at the time, the censors were like, you can't, like, you cannot have a white man kissing a black man on screen.
A black woman, but they also would have censored the other.
They cannot have a white man kissing a black woman on live television. And so they were like, well, we'll just make it a hug, or like we'll make it a stage kiss. And William Shatner kept purposefully messing it up over and over again. They did one take with the real kiss, and then all of the other takes he messed up. Oh, and nobody realized it till they got to the editing room, and then they called him in, and he was like, well, guess you're just gonna have to use the other one.
Sucks. That's hilarious.
He was like, guess you just have to use the real one. And so they were like, we've already spent this much money, we have to release the episode.
That's amazing. Good for him.
I was like,
if I have my facts
iconic.
Right, that was the first kiss first interracial kiss on television. Which is crazy.
It's just crazy. And it was Star Trek.
And it was Star Trek.
Like, I think I have to like briefly just be like, the amount of diversity and difficult subject material that the Star Trek original series wasn't afraid to tackle is what makes it
special.
So special, and what makes it hold up, even despite the cheesy effects. Like they were.
It is a bit cheesy.
It's cheesy, but it's a show that like had so much passion behind it and so much care for people, like such a humanitarian show.
Because I'm like, I was watching, even they tried to recapture that with the newer movies as well, and I was like, you wouldn't watch such optimistic science fiction heroes in just about anything nowadays.
It's really...
You won't catch Han Solo saying some of the things that Captain Kirk says.
Uh-huh.
All right, let's talk about the new one.
Let's talk about the new one. Can we talk about the absolute perfect casting
I just know what you're gonna say.
of every single person?
Okay. You're so right.
Everyone is
Killed it.
magnificent.
They truly are.
I'm like, there's not one person that I watch in that movie and go, that's completely miscast. No.
The only one I think about a little bit sometimes, and I love. I'm scared.
What are you gonna say, Laurel?
Gave me daggers.
What are you gonna say, Laurel?
I think that Spock is like one of my favorite characters. I don't always buy Zachary Quinto as like being Vulcan, but that's okay. He also has a half human side. So.
Oh yeah, I just assumed that that's what they leaned into more to create more melodrama.
Yeah, you're right.
It's an alternate dimension, Laurel.
You're right.
It's an alternate timeline.
It's an alternate timeline. It's a different universe. You're right. You're right though. They killed it with the casting.
It's
like
so good.
Bones amazing. Chekhov amazing.
Anton.
Uhura amazing.
Oh, I love Zoe Saldana as Uhura.
They're like talking about like the way they inverted the canon, like her and Spock together.
That actually makes so much sense to me.
It makes so much sense, but like when I watched the movie for the first time, I was like, huh?
I just think their chemistry is so good.
It is really
and
good.
that doesn't make a ton of sense because there's not a ton of like PDA between the two of them. It's just kind of like this present bond, and I'm like,
they
that's
care deeply about each other.
I'm like, this is beautiful.
It's beautiful. I can ship it.
Do I also think Kirk and Spock? Maybe a little bit. Despite what they want to say. Again, I'm not
definitely in the original.
I'm like,
I think even more in the original.
More in the original. I'm like, okay. Yeah,
right,
sure you like women.
Oh, there's a reason Kirk can't keep blaming.
It's because of that pointy-eared bastard he's got on his ship.
He's always popping up every time. Oh my gosh.
I love Carl Urban as Bones McCoy.
He's amazing.
Is this a good time to mention that I also did meet Carl Urban at a Comic-Con?
What?
I did meet Carl Urban.
What?
I met Bones, Eomer,
amazing.
Billy Butcher.
Anyway, do we want to be systematic about these characters?
I've just been kind of going
just
all over.
hopping around.
Yeah, just hopping around. Just warping, if you
I
will.
a good one. I just want to crap talk James T. Kirk for a little bit, if I may.
You can.
Because I hate him. And he sucks
Do you hate him just in general?
In general, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I hated him in both the movies.
Okay.
I mean, I was like okay with him for a while in Wrath of Kahn, and then he was like, I have a son that I know about, but never in his entire life have I tried to contact him because I was respecting his mother. Like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to mail, love letters to his mother in order to have a relationship with your son that you knew about, but literally never tried to build a relationship with.
Mm-hmm.
You sack of poop.
Poopy.
And James T. Kirk, Captain Kirk, from the original Star Trek movies. I hated him so much when I watched them way back in 2010s or whenever that was, that I hated Chris Pine for a while. He just played the character too well. And then I watched Wonder Woman and I was like, okay, I guess I don't hate him.
I guess you don't hate
I guess he's okay. But yeah, Kirk can...
I feel like he's so much less of a problem in Into Darkness than he was in the first one, though.
Yeah.
So, like, because I wasn't watching them
Yes.
back to back, I couldn't be as mad at him because I was like...
Yes. I didn't watch them back to back either. I haven't actually seen the original one in a long time.
I just remembered he was terrible in the first one,
Yeah, I
and
think
then,
he
like, the
was,
whole
yeah.
point was he was supposed to grow. Grew as a...
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have a son in this one, Laurel.
We give him a good job. You're a little bit less of a butthole than you used to be.
I don't have it in me, mostly because I'm like, he just wants to fly around this ship with his boyfriend with the pointy ears. That's all
Well, when you put it like that, nah, yeah, you're right. He's less of a problem.
I totally understand where you're coming from the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
I just see it a lot less in Into Darkness.
I
Like,
mean, he does ogle that woman when she's changing, but she did also choose to change with him in the room, so...
and also I was like, I really blamed the cinematographers for that more than...
Blaming people
I'm
the
like,
movie.
yes, if someone... Again, this is no hate on Alice Eve or the character of Carol Marcus. This is neither of their faults. This is all about... This is about the writing and the cinematography. But it's the way she was holding... She was posing in her bra and underwear. And she went, turn around.
Stop looking at all of this.
Like, she was like...
Yeah,
Like, if you're changing and someone sees you... and you're upset about it, the normal response is, ha!
Or like, go into a different
room instead of, don't look, whatever
or
you do.
At the very least, be like, hey, I'm about to get changed. Can you just like step out for a second? But,
I really think that Carol Marcus deserved better than that role in that movie. Yeah. I'm like, she's a scientist.
Yeah, but she's just there to be like
eye candy.
To be hot for a while and then to be like
brutalized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You said it. Thank you.
Speaking of
I hate her. But anyway, moving on.
Speaking of brutalized, do we now have time to talk about Benedict Cumberbatch?
Oh my gosh.
As Kahn?
I've been waiting ever since we
this should have been the moment in my young adulthood where I realized that I had a problem.
Oh man.
Because I have never felt things the way I felt for that genocidal maniac.
I've been waiting ever since you said it was going to be Unhinged and it was about Benedict Cumberbatch. I'm like, is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Like, what are you going to say?
I watched it again and I was like, oh no, I'm still attracted to him.
He is pretty amazing as Kahn, though.
I'm
the
like
whole emo boy look.
It's the presence and like
the stage presence,
the muscling around
the
and
hair.
the hair. And you know when he's just
the full-on psychosis,
beating the shit out of somebody. I'm just like, I don't know. I kind of want him to do that to me. Is that bad? My name is Kahn.
I mean, you talk about the incredible casting. No one could have done better.
No one could have done better. It's so bad. What's worse? Being attracted to this or being attracted to the dragon in The Hobbit?
What? Oh, that's also Benedict Cumberbatch.
My two childhood crushes at the formative and tender ages of 15
you do have a problem.
were Tom Hiddleston and Benedict Cumberbatch in anything. Therefore, it was Loki, it was Sherlock, it was Kahn, it was Smaug.
You've got a problem. But
literally, I cried when I found out Benedict Cumberbatch was engaged. I was a whole 16 years old and I said he's engaged to a brunette with bangs. It could have been me.
If you want, we could mail her some hate letters.
No. We love and respect our childhood celebrity crushes and we want happiness for them and we do not.
He is pretty fine in this movie. I'll validate that. I can't validate Smaug.
That's okay. I wouldn't expect you to. It's like I remembered the lines because I realized that I used to watch clips over and over and over again and YouTube edits of Kahn.
Hey, that's completely normal part of like growing up as a person with access to the internet.
Yeah.
What can you do?
Just
you
me
watch
going.
YouTube clips of your favorite characters.
Now, shall we begin? I will destroy everything you've ever loved.
It's so devious and for why? Like, bro, chill out.
I'm just like,
Stop!
I'm bored. This is why I texted you.
Alright, I can't look at you anymore.
That's okay. I can't look at me either.
I love Kahn. I love him in both versions. I don't know where to go from here.
Who knows how much of that I'm gonna cut out.
I think that Spock is the sexiest, but that's just me.
I think
actually probably the sexiest.
Here's the problem. I think the entire crew is sexy.
They are. You like Bones, maybe he's a contender for sure. Everyone except for James T. Kirk. James T. Kirk. James T.
Okay, but he's still objectively hot.
No.
It's like Debbie. It's like Debbie Ocean. Like, yeah, it's terrible, but she's a terrible person. He's still hot. I don't know what to tell you.
I cannot perceive
He
his
sacrificed
attractiveness.
himself for his crew. Can we give him that?
Oh yeah, he'll be heroic in the big, oh, I'm gonna die as a hero and be remembered as a hero moments, but in the day-to-day, is
I
he
feel
a
like
father to his son? Is he a good boyfriend to any woman?
I'm talking about the
ever...
J.J. Abrams one.
Okay,
I'm not talking
right.
about the original.
Is he a reliable, like, partner to any of the women that he ever encounters in his life?
No, and he's not dating anybody in this movie. Again, we can be... Laurel, we are strictly talking about Into Darkness. I think he was pretty well behaved in this one.
I don't care, I hate him.
Laurel's hatred will span centuries.
It transcends
time and space.
Time and space. It transcends parallel dimensions. Ugh. From hell's heart I stab at thee. Screw him. But yeah. I love Spock.
Yeah.
He's great.
Live long and prosper.
Long and prosper.
Meep. Meep. I made Laurel touch my hand.
Yeah.
She doesn't look too happy about it.
Hand sanitizer.
No, you're fine. Real quick,
Yeah.
let's talk about, before we talk about atmosphere, let's talk about the cameo.
Oh yeah.
The
sure.
best possible cameo.
Yeah.
Leonard Nimoy as
Leonard Nimoy.
Spock from the
Again.
alternate timeline.
Bless his heart.
Bless his heart, what an angel.
What an angel. Gotta love him.
Gotta love him. It's a great cameo. It's respectful, and it's the perfect one. If you put Shatner in there, I don't know what you would have done.
I don't know.
The
either.
only thing that could have made it better is if in that scene where they're talking to Spock, William Shatner pokes his head in from the back and he's wearing an apron and making muffins. It's the only way. Sorry. It's the only way that cameo could have possibly been better.
We'll just have to invent time travel and make it happen.
Yeah,
because-
make it happen, Captain. Oh!
Do you ever just hate us?
Yes. Every day when I look in the mirror.
I download every episode just so I can delete it.
And thank you for listening to Effing It Up. That's Laurel's glowing review of our work.
Right. 0 stars.
Are you ready to talk atmosphere?
Yeah, I didn't. Yes. Yeah.
I think I had a lot of things to say about the old one. And they're all good things, Laurel.
Oh, fantastic.
I said the entire vibe of the movie was very vintage. We say it a lot. It was tangible. Everything felt so real because of the lack of CGI. The glaring lack of CGI.
Bring back the low budget days.
Bring back the low budget days. It created kind of, like I said, it was a very stifling atmosphere, probably because the sets had to be so small. So I felt trapped with everyone else in the movie. Yeah. And I don't think that was a bad thing. I think that really helped with the kind of darker tone that they took.
I thought they really were going to kill off Chekhov, right? He's the one that gets the
worm, brain
worm.
worm.
I was like, whoa, they went there. Like, that's in his head now. What are you going to do? He's done for.
Yeah, don't worry. He just crawled out.
Alright, he's fine. For some reason, he's fine when no one else is.
You know, it's Chekhov. He's fine.
He's like, that's like the literal opposite of Chekhov's gun. Like, it doesn't pay off.
It doesn't.
That's fine. We want him to be fine.
Yeah, we want him to be fine. We love Chekhov.
We love him.
Victor.
Yeah. The accent's a little, but
that's Russian. That's fine.
That's fine.
That's
fine. Good enough. If it's good enough for what's-his-face Ducky in Man from U.N.C.L.E. in the 60s, then it's good enough for Chekhov.
Absolutely. What was I saying?
The pacing or something.
You weren't even listening to me.
Hey, I try. I've only had
so
one
hard.
cup of coffee today.
Oh, yeah, that's brave of you.
I know.
You're so brave.
Bring it on.
Did you have anything you wanted to say about the atmosphere in the older movie?
I thought the painted waterfalls looked dumb as heck, but other than that, I loved it.
Laurel gives it a 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10!
Do you want to talk about the new one?
Yeah! I love the new one.
I was like, I have more. Oh my gosh. It's so. If you're going to update a film, this is how you freaking do it. God damn it, Horatio and Langstein. Shut up.
They just have so much to say. Like us, in a way.
It literally is right when we get like to the end of wrapping things up. Then they're like,
Did someone say Star Trek?
Did someone say Star Trek?
Did someone say bones?
But anyway, I'll just talk over them. I don't care.
Yeah.
It's just so bright and bold. The sets are updated. The scale has been fully expanded. You feel like you're on a spaceship in space. When the ship crashes at the end of the movie and it like juts up against the skyscrapers, you get the full scale of just how big the ships are. I just think that's like, you know, like that's what they wanted to do in the original. Like
they didn't have the
technology or resources. So it's like to take the beloved storylines and characters and give it like the treatment of like, hey, we just have a budget now, so and we have the technology, so let's freaking do what you wanted to do. And let's make the vision happen.
Yeah, absolutely. And they nailed like the characters, and they didn't focus more on the plot than on the characters.
Yeah.
They really gave the characters all of their like adequate screen time. They kept sort of the Star Trek style uniforms, but they look modern enough to like.
I love the uniforms. I'm like, they look comfortable. I would wear them.
Amazing. Yeah.
I'm like, do I think the women could wear pants at this point? Yes.
Yeah. But that's not Star Trek.
Not Star Trek. And I'm like, just a pair of leggings under them, maybe? It's cold in space.
It is cold in space.
Space is cold.
Yeah. I don't know. I just freaking loved it. I loved the color scheme. I loved the pacing is crazy. Like watching them.
That's what's so fun about it too, is like it is a constant high stakes, high tension moment one after the other. Like I felt stressed by the time the movie was over.
Yeah.
But that was also so fun. Like it felt like I was on a roller coaster.
I know, it was so like boom, 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 and like the emotional undercurrent of the film, like Kirk, risked his job for Spock.
Yes.
Risked everyone's lives to save Spock. Does Spock even understand why he did that? And this, like, undercurrent of, like, mortality and, like, caring for your friends and, like, so good! And, of course, it affects, like, his relationship with Uhura as well. Yep. And, it's just, like, amazing.
And
like,
then you
have
the tension of Kahn, who is clearly in some ways a victim, even though, like, he has, like, this terrible history. Like, you have this character that also is, like, looking out for his family, so he's the perfect foil to Kirk because they have the same values. I want to watch it again. I want to watch it again. Not for Benny Cumberbatch. No.
In fact, Maya's just gonna skip those scenes.
I'm not gonna watch them over and over and over again. That would be ridiculous.
That would be deranged.
that would mean I have a problem.
But Maya has no problems. And she's a completely normal and healthy relationship to
celebrities that I've never met.
And nothing to worry about there.
Yeah, and we hope you keep listening. And we hope you keep it weird. No,
stop! Alright, you're banned.
I listen to them every day in my car. I'm quoting Morbid. I'm wearing a National Park After Dark t-shirt.
Unbelievable.
That I got for Christmas. Because I love
Benedict Cumberbatch. I mean, Arnold. I thought it'd be real quick. It was fun to like see also talk about some of the inversions that they inverted who died in Kahn. Because
talk about the inversions, Laurel.
I mean, I just thought that's just one of the big ones that I noticed. I just thought it was really cool that instead of, because like following up on that, like theme of mortality and everything, instead of having Spock be the one who sacrifices himself. It is Kirk. And it also makes sense for his character that he would do that.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just great then to see Spock have like that emotional moment. So I thought
Yeah.
that was a great choice. That's all I wanted to say.
It's like you can say whatever you want. We have time until our Chinese food gets
That's
here.
true, that's true. But we do only have 1 minute and 44 seconds on our timers.
Oh, never mind. We're gonna wrap this shit
We're
up. Okay. So what I wrote down in my notes was the original Star Trek Wrath of Kahn is timeless and inspirational. A sci-fi film created using the bare essentials and groundbreaking effects that built an entire world. The newest Star Trek Into Darkness honors the characters and storylines of the original series and updates the action and tension with glorious effects and acting. So yes, to answer our theoretic question of the season, does the remake add anything of value to the original, and does it justify its own existence? A glowing, glorious yes. My goodness, this is so much better than Snow White.
Snow White. I was like, what did you say? Yes. Oh my gosh, yes.
So much better. So anyway,
Live long and prosper.
and then live long and prosper. Thank you for tuning in again, guys. We definitely recommend watching both of these movies back to back if you want, and if you want a really great Benedict Cumberbatch performance, I mean, ladies, this is the one.
Maya would know.
I would know. I've watched
done
that
the
movie.
research.
I watched that movie a lot of times. Anyway, so next time we will be talking old versus new, the Jurassic Park movies.
Oh, okay.
And I cheated and I already watched the OG Jurassic Park, and I'm already excited to talk about it. So
Okay, all right.
I'm working ahead.
Good for you.
Anyway, thanks for tuning in, everyone. And as always, keep it feral.
Got him.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Effing It Up. If you're enjoying these episodes, please like and subscribe. You can follow us on Instagram at _effingitup_ or on our YouTube channel where we post the video format of our show. If you have content that you want us to cover, we want to hear about it. Feel free to DM us on Instagram or leave us a comment on our YouTube channel. Thank you again. Thanks, Laurel.